Rafe by Martin Jameson.
Your profligacy is an indictment to my good judgment!
Excuse me. The children are sleeping. I'll do anything. I'll say anything.
9 pence on a roller.
Laura, are you awake?
Put the pillow over your head so you can't hear.
I've tried that.
Come into the bed with me. I'll sing to you. You'll be warmer too.
No, if Ray finds me there, he'll beat me. He says I must sleep on my own, otherwise I shall never be a man.
I'll stay awake. If I hear him coming, I'll shake you. You can run back to your bed.
You dare to contradict me?
Please don't tell me anything about your affair.
Because you are nothing but a traitoress.
Laura? Why has it gone so quiet?
Perhaps the argument is settled. Perhaps they're friends again. Now go to sleep.
I can't.
Here, take Edward.
But Rafe says I'm not to have the doll in the bed with me.
When Father gave Edward to you, he said he was to be your companion and confidant. Someone you could tell all your problems to when he was away on business.
I know, but I've lost one of Edward's shoes. I can't find it anywhere. Do you think Father's cross with me too? In heaven?
No. Edward doesn't mind about silly things like shoes. Look at him, Miles. You can see his jovial face in the moonlight. He doesn't let anything worry him.
That's because he's a porcelain doll, silly.
You see, he's cheered you up already. Keep him under the covers. Rafe will never know. Now go to sleep.
Which of you have been in my study?
Please, sir, we were asleep.
Well, you're awake now and I'm waiting for an answer.
I don't think either of us would dare to go into your study, sir.
You see their impudence and you stand there dumbly and allow it.
Children, tell your father the truth.
He's not my father. My father died 4 years ago.
Laura!
And doubtless his soul joined heavenly choirs to sing praise at his release from such corrupted progeny.
Please, Rafe, we could talk about this at breakfast.
My study. The intruder shall speak now, Miles.
Not me, sir.
Are you sure?
I think I would remember, sir.
Then, sir, please explain to me how your effeminate little mannequin walked in there unaided and discharged itself of its footwear adjacent to my inkwell.
I don't know, sir.
Is it an automaton?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
This! A doll's shoe on my desk!
Oh, Rafe, please.
Let the boy answer.
It was me. I did it.
God will punish you for that deceit. No, the evidence is here, in the boy's arms.
Leave him alone.
Give him the doll, Miles.
You shan't have it.
I shall and I will.
You sawed off his leg.
Take it, Eliza. Throw it on the fire.
No, Mother, you can't.
Laura, it's for the best. Don't worry, Rafe. I'll make sure it's disposed of.
Now you shall see my study, young Miles, while you are whipped. Eliza, hand me my cane.
No.
Get off him. Get off
You
him.
dare to challenge me? You will feel the force of my anger until you learn some respect.
Oh. Oi, Dozy. Mum says if you're not in the kitchen in 2 minutes, you lose all your spence and I get 'em.
What?
What's up with you? You look like a bog brush with a headache.
Bad dream.
Try not to get cereal on your school uniform.
Sorry, Mum.
We're leaving the house in 3 minutes.
I was playing with a doll.
You were Victorian.
Ooh, no wonder you got a headache.
No, it was because of this Rafe bloke. He was like our stepdad. He was shouting and hitting us. It was horrible. Totally real. It was like I didn't even know I was in a dream.
Well, next time remember, A, this is the 21st century. B, Mum says men make us sick, so there's no chance she's going to get a boyfriend. And C, I would never, ever play with a doll.
What about your action, Mum?
That's not a doll.
You take it to bed.
Hey, Mum, you heard about Laura's stupid dream?
No, don't say anything. She'll fuss.
What'd you say?
Can I go out bowling with Kerry and Alice tonight? Kerry said I'll be there.
Not tonight, babes.
Mum!
I'm going out for once. You can babysit your brother.
Less of the baby, thank you.
And no sitting up watching CSI till all hours. Understood?
Can you see him?
Yes. His arm's sticking out of the ash.
Hurrah! We're coming to get you, Edward. Don't be afraid.
I can't quite reach him.
Hurry up, Laura.
At least Mother didn't actually throw him on the fire. I knew she wouldn't.
Rafe could come home at any second.
Whoa!
What?
Take hold of my ankles. I'm going to fall in at this rate.
Got you.
Hold tight. I'm going to reach right over.
You're pulling too hard.
Got him. Now pull me back. Here he is.
He's covered in ash.
He doesn't look too bad.
He's lost his spectacles. His stuffing's come out. He's ruined.
I'll sew his leg back on. We can wash his clothes and wipe the ash off his face. Cook keeps some wire at the back of the pantry. We can make him some new spectacles.
Oh, Laura.
What?
You look like a chimney sweep.
Good as new.
His nose is chipped, and I don't think his smile will ever be quite the same.
He's like a soldier, fresh from battle.
I don't want a soldier.
But the thing about a soldier is, he always knows how to avoid capture.
What are you doing?
I found it last night. It's a hiding place for Edward.
Under the floorboards.
You can slip him in here whenever Rafe is in the house. But always make sure you put the rug back in place. He's got eyes like a hawk.
It's very dusty.
I've lined it with one of Cook's old muslins. He'll be perfectly comfortable.
Let me try to put the board back.
Perfect.
And then the rug.
Edward will be completely safe, as if none of the terrible things were happening at all. Floating in the darkness, neither day nor night, as if time itself didn't exist.
Laura, are you all right?
Filth.
I beg your pardon, sir?
Footprints, finger marks, a ring of grime in the basin. Filth like guilt always leaves a trail.
We were playing. Our ball went into the ash bin. I did my best to clean after myself.
Your ball.
The India rubber one.
Not a little crippled doll, then?
Of course not. You told Mother to burn the doll.
Your mother confessed her weakness to me. She put the offending plaything out with the ash.
Well, we didn't see it, did we, Miles?
No.
If I made the house dirty, I will help Betsy with her cleaning.
Where is the doll?
Buried under the ash, of course.
Impudence!
Betsy puts ash in there all the time.
Not today. I foresaw such disobedience, and she was under strict instructions to await my return. And now, oh my, the hobbled figurine has vanished.
Oh.
Is there something you wish to say, Master Miles?
Perhaps it was taken by a passing beggar child.
Be quiet. I'm talking to your brother.
I don't have it, sir.
I know you do.
You were mistaken.
Turn out your pockets.
How could it be in our
You
pockets?
could not have climbed out of the ash bin unaided.
If Edward was here, would it not be obvious?
Not if it was under the bed.
You see? There's nothing there.
Strip the beds.
Why?
Do as I say.
Yes, sir.
Toys, books, pictures, pile them onto the blankets. Quick about it.
Everything.
Everything.
But these are my school books.
Everything you possess is to go onto the blankets.
What are you going to do with them?
You choose to deny me the truth, I choose to deny you your possession.
Mother will never allow this.
Mother!
Don't waste your breath, she will not come. Pass me the corner of the blanket.
You've done something to her, haven't you?
She knows better than to pander to your cunning.
What have you done to her?
Mama!
She can't hear you.
He's taken all our things.
Out of my way! You shall stay in the room, you shall have no supper, you shall have the whole night to reflect on your misdeeds.
But you've taken our bedclothes, we'll freeze.
Then you shall have to consider whether that is a price worth paying for your deceptions. I shall return in the morning.
Is that a vixen?
Looking for scraps in the alley.
Then she is not as hungry as I, nor as cold.
Snuggle up as tight as you can.
Perhaps we should have given the doll to Rafe.
If we give in to him, we will have nothing. We might be uncomfortable, but we still have a little bit of ourselves. And a little bit of father, too. That's more important than 1,000 blankets.
I've never been so cold.
Try not to think about it.
I'm too cold to sleep.
Shall I tell you about my dream?
Is it about a desert island?
Sometimes, when I sleep, I imagine I awake in this very same room.
That's not much of a dream.
Oh, it is. This place is completely different. It is full of light. The walls are brightly painted. There are strange pictures on the walls and ceiling, and coloured photographs of people with the strangest hair you've ever seen.
Is there a fire?
No, but it's so warm. There's a thick eiderdown on the bed and thick carpet on the floor from wall to wall that's warm under my bare feet.
Is Rafe there?
No. It's just me and you and Mother. And we're
what?
We're happy.
Laura.
I can hardly believe it myself. I know I'm dreaming, because when I'm in this dream, I'm not frightened of anything. If only I could take you there right now. In fact, why not? Shut your eyes, Miles.
Laura?
Shut your eyes.
Laura.
Miles, what is it?
Laura.
Miles?
Laura.
Miles, where are you? Don't move away. You'll freeze.
Laura.
Come back onto the bed. Think about my dream room.
Laura.
Stop saying my name like that. You're scaring me.
Laura.
Come back to the bed. I can't see you. Miles?
Laura. Wake up.
Miles, give me my duvet, you little toe rag.
I didn't touch it. It was on the floor.
What are you doing in my room? It's the middle of the night.
I was frightened.
Go into Mum's.
She's not back yet.
What's the time?
2:30.
You kidding?
Where do you think she is?
What's that?
It's a fox in the bins.
My dream.
What?
The Victorians, I told you about it.
Oh, yeah, the stupid doll.
I know where it is.
What are you doing?
It's under the floorboards.
You're ripping the carpet. Mum will go nuclear.
It's here, I'm telling you. We hid it there after Ray threw it in the ash. Well, it was Mum, but he told her to.
Laura, stop it. You're frightening me. It's only a dream. There isn't really a doll. Try pinching yourself.
It is this one. It should just lit out. Told you.
Oh, my God.
That's him. That's Edward.
You swear to me you didn't plant it?
The underfelt was stuck to the floorboards. You saw for yourself. That carpet was there when we moved in. There's no way anyone's been under there in years.
Chocolate croissants and raspberries.
Yeah, great.
It's your favourite.
Lovely.
It's to make up for staying out so late last night. I should have called.
We were fine, Mum.
I haven't seen you snuggled up to your sister like that since you were 5.
No need to go on about it.
Bad dreams?
Stop fussing.
I had a great time anyway.
Good.
Don't you want to hear about it?
Do we have to?
Well, I'd like to tell you.
Tell us tonight.
I was going to go out again tonight, if you think you can cope with it.
Actually, Mum, we're having a private conversation, which you interrupted.
Miles?
You say it to me all the time.
All right.
We'll be fine tonight, Mum. Miles was really good last night.
Really good.
You promised me you weren't watching scary DVDs.
Mum!
Okay, I'll leave you to your private conversation.
At least didn't ask about that freaky doll under the floorboards.
We need to find out who lived here in Victorian times.
You think you're seeing ghosts?
It's weirder than that. When I go to sleep, it's like I'm there and this is the dream.
Except it isn't.
But if there really were 2 kids locked up here, it'd be pretty weird, don't you think?
You know who'll know, don't you?
Oh no, not her. I hate that place, it stinks.
You smell the cat wee on the street. It's disgusting.
There's gotta be someone else apart from Miss Troke.
But she's about 1,000,000 years old, and Mum says she's lived on this street all her life. If anyone's gonna know what happened here, she will.
Why do you want to know?
We're doing a project at school.
Mind where you're standing, girls.
Sorry.
It's called The House Where I Live.
It's a sort of local history thing.
Huh? Trendy nonsense. You should be learning real history. Kings and queens and prime ministers. I hear these children on the wireless, they barely know what country they live in.
I have to find out about the kids who lived in our house.
So your teacher wants me to do his job for him? I imagine he's a socialist.
Please, Miss Troke. She could fail her SATs if you don't help her.
They say that curiosity killed the cat, but they're wrong, you know. Cats don't ask questions. That's why they have so many lives. Questions are bad for you.
That's not what Mr. Burnett says.
And he's a fool. Some things are best forgotten. The last thing history needs is the evil of small men. The memory of it is just as bad, spreading it through time like a disease.
Look, if you don't want to talk to us, we'll go to the library.
Wait! There were 2 children, a boy and a girl.
What were their names?
No, I don't remember. My granny told me about them.
She must be really old.
Granny Isabella died in 1932, young man. I was just a little girl myself when she told me about the children.
Living in our house?
Oh, no, they'd disappeared long before I was born.
Disappeared?
The last anyone saw of them was in the winter of 1895. Granny remembered it because it was so cold, people went skating on the rivers. She said that if he didn't kill them himself, the poor little things probably froze to death.
They were murdered?
Oh, well, no one ever found the bodies.
So how do you know they even died?
Because they lived with the devil,
You're joking.
their stepfather,
What was his name?
Quinn. Rafe Quinn.
Rafe?
He died himself 7 years later, stabbed in an alleyway in Hardwick.
So he was murdered?
He'd been swindling the bank for years. Hundreds of guineas stolen from hard-working people, including my grandfather. But Quinn's crimes finally caught up with him. When the police broke into the house, they found his desk stuffed with bonds and banknotes.
The desk in his study?
All the misery he'd caused, and he never even spent the money.
Why did they have to break in? What about the kid's mum? You never said she was murdered too.
They found her locked in the cellar, in a complete stupor.
What's a stupor?
Poisoned by laudanum. Mr. Quinn had turned her into a drug addict. Her clothes sodden, her skin oozing with sores. When they asked her what happened to the children, she opened her mouth to speak, but nothing but a strangled, gargling tremor erupted from her throat. In her bloodshot eyes, a look of pure horror.
Did she ever get better?
She was taken to the asylum in Prestwich. No one ever saw her again.
So they never found out what happened to the children?
Granny Isabella thought he'd dumped their rotted cadavers in the ash pits. But Rafe Quinn took that secret to hell. If only his thievery had been discovered earlier, perhaps those 2 poor souls could have been saved.
Do you think it's the same children? The ones in your dream?
Shh, I'm trying to concentrate.
I think it's a coincidence.
Duh, their dad's got the same name and everything.
Maybe Rafe was really common in those days, and lots of kids were treated badly in Victorian times. I've done it in history at least 3 times.
Is them okay?
You're freaking me out.
Go and watch telly then, I don't care.
You've been really weird ever since we got back from Miss Strokes.
So would you be if you were seeing real life ghosts every time you went to sleep.
What are you doing?
Leaving them a note.
How's that gonna work? It was over 100 years ago.
They're gonna die if I don't help them.
You can't send notes through time.
Look, here, the doll's head. The stitching's coming away, round the neck. The head's completely hollow.
Like yours.
It's the perfect hiding place. I'll put the doll back under the floorboards for when I go to sleep.
All right, say it's true. You shouldn't do it. You can't. It's wrong.
Why not?
Because it interferes with the space-time continuum. Change one little thing and the whole of history goes haywire.
You've been watching too much Doctor Who.
It's true, Laura. It's called destiny. You're not supposed to meddle with it.
If someone from the future could save your life, wouldn't you want them to?
But some things are just meant to happen, whether you like it or not.
Doll.
Laura?
Warm.
What'd you say?
I have to warn them.
Laura, wake up.
What?
You've been having a nightmare.
But I didn't want to wake up. It's so lovely and warm there.
It's a dream, Laura. It's not real.
What time is it?
It's just light. Do you think we'll get any breakfast?
I don't know.
Where are you going?
Don't you want your doll?
Not now. Rafe could come in at any moment. He'll starve us for weeks if he knows we've been hiding Edward after all.
I'll get him for you.
But I don't want him.
No, you have to have it.
Laura, what's wrong with you?
Here,
Put it back.
take it.
I don't want it.
Now look what you've done.
It was you. His head is quite broken. It can never be repaired.
Look.
It's just a bit of paper.
No. There's writing. To the girl in my dreams.
Stop it. You're making it up. You're frightening me.
See for yourself. Rafe is a crook.
His name's spelt all wrong. R-A-F-E.
Does it matter? Read it.
Can this be true?
It makes perfect sense.
But how did it get there? Who could have written such a thing?
An angel. A guardian angel.
Hello there, Mrs. Troke.
Hello?
Are you calling to me, children?
Please, Mrs. Troke. We do so need your help.
Your stepfather has told me about your lies and your mischief making.
This isn't a trick. I swear to you on my life.
He's the liar. He locks us in a room and starves us.
Children who tell tales deserve to be punished.
But he's stealing from the bank, Mrs. Troke.
Oh, ridiculous.
If you look in his desk, you will find it stuffed with notes and bonds.
I refuse to listen to such nonsense. Go back to bed at once, before I knock on the door and tell Mr. Quinn.
And he'd whip us both just for talking to you. That's why you know we're telling the truth.
It's not for me to get involved in such things.
Not even if he's stealing from you and Mr. Troke. All you have to do is ask the bank to check their records.
I am not a detective.
But if you don't do something, he could go on stealing for years and years. It'll be too late. Too late.
Whatever do you mean, girl?
Laura, he's coming.
I can't talk anymore. Please.
How long has it been?
2 days.
The room feels like it's spinning.
I'll see if there's any bread and water left.
We finished it last night.
There's frost on the window pane. I can scrape that off and melt it. You must drink something.
Mrs. Trope didn't believe us, did she?
Well, if she didn't, then she's just as bad as him.
What if what the note said isn't true?
It is. I know it is.
What if you wrote it in your sleep?
How could I? There are no pens in the room. Rafe took everything.
Could be another of his tricks. A trap to test our loyalty.
Remember how angry he was when you went into his study with Edward? He was afraid you would find the money.
Laura, are we going to die? What's happening? Laura?
Close your eyes.
He's coming to kill us.
Children,
Mother!
the police are here. They've arrested Rafe.
Mother!
Oh, Laura, Miles, oh, my darlings. We're free.
It's gone.
You're not still going on about that stupid doll, are you?
You saw me put it in here last night. Well, now it's gone.
This is a wind-up, right?
No, I promise.
So what happened in your dream?
Well, that's just it. I didn't dream anything last night. I slept really well. You know what, Miles? I think they're going to be all right. We saved them.
Where's the Cocoa Pops?
You've eaten them all. Pig face.
Mom, she called me pig face.
Don't bother with that. I'm going to cook the four of us a great big special fry-up.
The four of us?
Turn the radio off. The thing is, There's someone I want you to meet.
At breakfast?
He's a friend. Well, a bit more than that, actually.
Ooh, Rudy Doody.
All right, that's enough.
But he's your boyfriend?
Well, I haven't known him for very long, but I am thinking of asking him to move in with us.
What? Mum!
Hi, you must be Laura.
Hello?
Well, I'm Miles.
Ah, I've heard all about you.
Ralph works at the bank.
Ralph?
Actually, my mum and dad christened me Rafe. But that's a bit old-fashioned. What do you think?
Mum? Mum, no!
Laura?
Mum!
Laura? Miles? What's wrong?
In Rafe, Laura was played by Rosie Fleischman, Miles by Ashley Margolis, and Liz by Julia Rounthwaite. Rafe was played by Anne Denise Anthony and Mrs. Troke by Jean Alexander. Rafe was written by Martin Jameson and directed in Manchester by Janet Hampson.